Chapter 4. Erwin's focus shifted to another memory from 2048, standing in the Mind Travel lab before his assembled team. He recalled the day he had met his team to address the question on everyone's mind. They had accepted his lucrative offer, funded by venture capitalist Carl Hakim and backed by his mentor, Dr. Albert Weber. But the media firestorm and skepticism surrounding the project lingered. Flashes of media coverage crossed his mind, the interviews, debates, and headlines that exploded when his mind travel theory was announced. Is mind travel the next frontier, or just science fiction? The man who wants to bend reality. Prominent voices in the scientific community had been quick to voice their disbelief. Some called the project fantastical, others deemed it a misuse of resources better spent on plausible endeavors. Erwin had fielded these criticisms, defending the project in interviews, explaining the complex quantum mechanics and neuroscience underpinning his theory. But the doubts persisted inside and outside the lab. He remembered the weight of their expectations and the tension in the room. I know you've all seen the news, read the interviews, and heard the skepticism about this project, he said, his voice steady. I won't pretend this will be easy. What we're attempting here has never been done before, something many believe is impossible. He met their eyes, acknowledging their mix of curiosity and doubt. But every great advancement in science has faced skepticism. The theory of relativity, quantum mechanics, those ideas were once seen as impossible too. We're pushing the boundaries of what we know about consciousness and reality. As he spoke, the tension in the room began to ease. I've spent years developing this theory, refining it. While there are no guarantees in science, I believe in this project. Now, I'd like to hear from you. What do you see as the biggest hurdles ahead? Maya was the first to speak. I've managed large-scale projects before, but this is the most ambitious. She paused, her calm demeanor shifting. The biggest challenge is coordinating our remote collaboration and avoiding misunderstandings. And the novelty of what we're building. None of us have ever attempted anything like this. Dr. Erwin nodded. Thank you, Maya. You're right, this is the most ambitious project any of us will likely ever work on. It's an impossible task. But you're all here because you're willing to try. That's all that matters. I'll explain later why I'm working remotely. It's about safety. I don't know what will happen when we activate this device, and we need to be cautious. Besides, working remotely means you won't have the boss constantly looking over your shoulder. The joke earned a round of laughter, breaking the tension. Maya, feeling more at ease, added, one more thing, I don't micromanage. Those who've worked with me before know this. Just keep me in the loop, and we'll get along fine. She turned to Jeff. Jeff, do you want to share your thoughts? Jeff, known for his methodical approach, stepped forward with a calm smile. Thanks, Maya, for throwing me in the deep end. The room chuckled. I've faced skepticism before, but nothing like this. Mind travel and transferring consciousness to the past, it's a huge leap. The theory is one thing, making it practical is another. He looked around the room. We're working with some of the most advanced and speculative technologies known to science. Quantum computing, neuroscience, it's all complex. But creating a system that can transfer human consciousness through time, that's monumental. Jeff's tone grew serious. Quantum systems are fragile, prone to errors. Another challenge is developing the interface. This quantum mind needs to interact with human consciousness in ways we've never achieved before. We're not just programming responses, we're creating a system that understands consciousness itself. The gravity of the task settled over the room once more. Thanks, Jeff, Dr. Erwin said. You're right about the challenges, especially the unknowns of quantum systems. But with the funding we've secured from Carl Hakim, we've got the best quantum servers on the market, handcrafted to handle these issues. The atmosphere lightened as the team absorbed Dr. Erwin's reassurances. Sensing the silence, Bernard spoke next. The challenge isn't just creating a quantum mind that processes data. It's one that understands and interacts with human consciousness. We need algorithms that interpret thought, emotion, perception. It's not just technical, it's philosophical. And then there's trust. We're asking people to put their minds in the hands of a machine. Any failure could have serious consequences. Dr. Erwin nodded. You're absolutely right, Bernard. This project isn't just about answering questions about consciousness or space-time. It's about turning these theories into practical, commercial technology. Many have compared it to alchemy, dismissing it as a waste of funding. The room grew quiet. They had all seen the debates, questioned whether they were risking their reputations for something too ambitious. Dr. Erwin continued, "I won't repeat my public responses to those criticisms. But I will share something I haven't said before. Let's take a short break, and when we return, I'll reveal my conceptual design.